Okay. Oh my God, everybody. Okay. I'm gonna try to make it through this video without being my usual, sometimes over the top angry self. Okay. But I have a raging headache right now, or not headache, spinal ache is what I've come to call them, because I know exactly where they originate and there's a way to fix it, but anyway. Okay. So I have a raging spinal ache, and I went to the gym to do some, I don't know, get the hell out of the house and breathe some air kind of activities, because staying in the house is what gives me these spinal aches in the first place. And I was having a fairly good day and found out today that as of noon tomorrow, the gyms are all going to be closed until further notice. Gee, oh my loving hell. Okay, guys. We need to agree on a few things. We need to agree that this whole COVID-19 situation could have been handled a hell of a ton better than it was. And I'm not kidding here, and I don't want y'all going, and all you Republicans going, it is Trump's ass fault. Plain and simple. Stop paying attention to the lies that spew out of his childlike, well, not even childlike, his obscene face. And the lies of all the people that are around him. You'd think they'd get tired of trying to cover for his lying ass. Every single moment that COVID was brought up, Trump's response was bad. Every single moment, his response was bad. And his responses in the lead up to COVID. You guys realize we've known about COVID since January, right? You do know that. Since January, I believe, of last year. Well, I might be wrong on that. But at least since January of this year. No, I think it's been longer than that. But anyway, we've known about it for a while. We could have been prepping for it before it ever showed up on our shores, but we didn't. We all thought, we're invulnerable. That's our part. We'll never get it, right? And then when we did get it, oh, it's a lie. It's a hoax. It's a hoax to get me out of the office. Dude, your ass is gone without this. Trust me. If the American people haven't seen at this point how absolutely horrendous you are as a president of the United States, then they deserve the disasters you bring. Anyway, so we could have handled it better. That's one. 2, we could be handling it better now. That's a biggie. We could be handling it better now, right? Like testing. I know we dropped the ball. Nobody was ready, but let's get our ass in gear and get out there and test people. Let's start that process ASAP. Let's get the tests into the hands of the people who need them ASAP. If we're sitting on some or hoarding some, let's just stop that shit right now. If we don't have it, if we don't have a test, then you'd best be letting everybody know that we don't have a test. Don't lie and say we have one. If we have one, let's get it out there. If we don't have one, tell us. It's that simple. That's number 2. We could be handling it a lot better. Add to that the fact that we've had a bunch of shitheads that go into the stores and buy up everything, not because they need it, but because in classic old school eBay style, they're going to make their millions off of reselling it. telling you right now, you know what needs to happen to those people is they need to be arrested. Their goods need to be confiscated. It needs to be treated like a drug bust. Go in there, confiscate all their shit, redistribute it to everybody who needs it, and take their ass to jail. Maybe they'll catch COVID while they're there. And then maybe they really will need it. Just, anyway. Stop listening to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that raves on Facebook about the new next ending of the world. Go to this, I've said this so many times before, go to the CDC website. It's so easy, guys. cdc.gov. cdc.gov. It's easy. Go to the website. Read what they say there. Don't listen to the president. Do not listen to the president. Do not listen to the White House. Don't listen to the White House doctor, and don't listen to the Surgeon General. Jesus. These people are incompetent. They were appointed by Trump because they're incompetent. Go to the CDC website. They'll have the most up-to-date information. Read it. Filter through it. See that you've got to be careful. Yes, that you should avoid large groups of people. Yes, that you should wash your hands for 20 seconds. That you shouldn't be shaking hands. All of these things are precautions that you can take, and then get your ass out of the house. You're not going to catch it by stepping outside your door, or by getting in the car and going for a drive, or even if you're careful, by going in and buying groceries. You just got to be careful, people. Okay? Be careful. That's reason number 2. We could have handled this better. Now, I'm going to wax a little selfish here by most of your accounts, but I am a little pissed at this point because, and if you're trans, especially if you're transsexual, you're going to know where I'm coming from. And you're not going to think I'm that selfish, I wouldn't think. So, as many of you know, I've been waiting a shit ton time to get surgeries to put my body and my brain at rest. And no, and I am so damn sick and tired of the classification being elective. These surgeries are not elective. None of them are. I don't care. You might sit there and go, oh, facial feminization surgery, that's elective. You don't need that. Breast augmentation, you don't need that. A body shaping, you don't need that. They're all elective. They're not. These are not elective surgeries. I want you to imagine for just one moment in your tiny little brain, those of you who are out there thinking that these are elective surgeries, I want you to imagine in your tiny little brain that if you had a child that was born with immense deformities to their body, and I hope I don't offend anybody out there, but like, let's say they have elephantitis, and there's places that are swelled up, that are abnormal looking. Okay, would you then, if all of these surgeries were available to these children to help them look normal in their body, normal, right? Help them be at ease. A lot of people might say, I don't see it. I don't see the deformity. I see the person. They see it every day, you guys. We see it. I see it every day. And no, it's not body dysmorphia. I'm so goddamn sick of that term. This goes beyond that. It's not like I walk through the mall, like a lot of women do, and I see pictures of supermodels, and I see pictures of Victoria's Secret models and suddenly I feel shitty about my body. It's not that. It's that I walk anywhere, mall, grocery store, gym, school, the street, wherever I'm walking, I see women of all shapes and sizes, but you know what? I never ever stop to question whether or not they're women. And I know, and you know, and I know you guys are going to want to get on there and go, no, Sarah, you're all wrong, you're beautiful. I get where your heart is, and I thank you for that. But you know, and I know, that when I walk down the street, every now and again, yeah, a person might see woman, but a large portion of them don't. And if I was to get naked with somebody, or in front of somebody, they'd see it even more. So, no, none of these surgeries are elective. You guys want to classify them that way, fine. But they're not. But since the government classifies them that way, and health insurance companies classify them that way, my surgery that was going to be covered by my insurance, because my insurance is only going to be good until the end of April, at least that's what they promised me. News on that. Yeah, for those of you who don't know yet already, I was fired from my job there. It's out there. Boom. But I was told my insurance would carry through to the end of April. And so I thought, well, I'm going to get these surgeries done while I can. So I got it all scheduled. I was supposed to go in this Friday, and guess what? Guess what? COVID has now made it impossible for me to have my surgery for another 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So they wanted to push it out to April 30th. I'm like, well, that's like the last day I'm supposed to have insurance coverage. I worry that if we miss like a midnight deadline or something, it won't be covered. I can't pay out of pocket. I mean, I could, but I mean, my financial investment guy is going to go bonkers if I have to do that. I don't want to do that. And I shouldn't have to do that. Okay? So they're going to try to squeeze me in somewhere between the 17th or I think the 14th of April and the 30th of April. There we have that. But they got a hold of Select Health, and Select Health tells them that my insurance ends at the end of March. That's not what they promised me. So now I got to go through the rigmarole, sending out an email, contacting the people that I have that I can contact. You know, I've got a team of lawyers I can go talk to. I've got another friend of mine who used to be the Utah senator. I don't want to put his name out there just in case. I haven't contacted him yet, so I want to talk to him first. But I've got people I can call. I don't know that it's going to do any good because it is what it is, but I would really like to have somebody in this situation live up to the promises they made. Anyway, so yeah, my gyms are going to shut down. Can't have my surgery this week. Don't know if I'll ever be able to have that surgery. And now, I mean, everybody's going to shut themselves away inside, and I cannot take, even now, God, being in this car with the recirculated heat going, my spine is like, for shit. Anyway, I hate COVID. And I really hate that America didn't have in place a government of individuals smart enough to pull their heads out of their asses and take care of it. And yes, I don't care how many times he says, not my fault, I didn't do it, I don't take responsibility for anything. It is 100% Trump's fault. And I want you all to remember that when people start dying by the thousands.